Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero. I'm here with Destin Laguirre.
Hey, Jose.
My favorite friend who plays Destiny.
Yeah.
And we are going to talk about the House of Wolves sort of Reef teaser that just went up.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds long, so after we finish our introductions
And
here, we're probably going to be through the entire thing. But there's a lot of little details in here that both you and I picked up on.
And it teases everything and tells you nothing.
I would say it doesn't tease everything.
Okay,
It does not
teases
tease
some things.
everything, because you'll see in a little bit when we go over it.
All
So
right.
our buddy
It doesn't-
Gadalian, who we've had on Fireteam Chat,
That's
is
right.
actually going to be
Awesome
down
contributor.
there. So right away, we're going to stop here right around the 8 or 9 second mark and look at these new ships.
Yep.
These look unfamiliar to me.
Yeah, me too. And I'm pretty sure I have seen a lot of ships in my time. I know you have seen way more ships in your time.
Yeah, well, now they're just cosmetic, so there's no bonus to having a different ship, so I just kind of fly around in the raid ships.
Mm-hmm.
But these look new, so we got one in red, blue, and yellow, and they fly down to wherever they're going.
The Reef is where they're going.
Yeah, they're going to the Reef, and we get our first look here. So right away on the left, we see a gunsmith, or it could be a Vanguard quartermaster on the left.
Okay.
And the purple lady, we're going to see a little bit later, she is over here on the right.
Okay. Got it. Between the sort of two, three lights over there under a ship.
Yeah, and this is the new social space that we'll be exploring.
Which is really exciting because Destiny needs a new social space.
It does.
Ultimately,
it needs a new area to go.
yeah, the tower has sort of its rules, and we've been in there for a very long time. So here, just sort of quick walking by.
It's an
see sort of
alternate
ships.
shot of the same area. We're gonna see him up close, but it looks like the bounty board guy on the far left.
Yes.
That's clearly a bounty board bot. Is next to the Vanguard quartermaster
The bounty-
or gunsmith.
So you'll
I'm not
probably
sure
be getting
which he
your
is.
daily bounties there,
Yeah.
your competitive bounties there, the usual business.
And this ship in the background flying around, I don't know if that's just kind of like the defense of the Reef or whatever, but I think it'd be cool if we could unlock something that looks a little different. That looks a lot different than
So
anything
if you go back to the first shot of the Reef, it does look like the ship. No, not that far. The ships that are right here, sort of docked in place.
I think they're just the defense for the Reef, but I would love to get one of those.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they sort of fly in the way, you know how those ships fly up to the tower, sort of a bridge extends, an umbilical extends, they trade what would you think was items or something, and then they fly off, something like that.
So right here.
So wait a minute.
Again, the same area, new angle, but what's interesting?
The
here-
fallen. There is a fallen person that you will be interacting with.
Yeah.
Not sure what, because the
I think
fallen are traders in the
He's
Reef right now.
definitely an NPC. They actually sent us a piece of art with this trailer, and it's you standing by this guy, and
Or girl.
or girl. Yeah, I guess it's an alien race. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Not sure.
yeah. So I'm not sure. And then if we move forward to 16 seconds, we get another look at the area again. So there's one thing I want to point out here, and that is this space in the dead center. It looks like the Queen's area, maybe. I'm not really sure what it is, but that's kind of her logo. Again, we see the bounty board on the far right. We see a bunch of guardians. There's somebody standing on the far left.
Yeah, underneath those lights. Could that be a new Cryptarch of some kind? They do show a shot of someone that might be a new Cryptarch. Well,
Yeah.
I wonder, I would imagine the Reef has some of the things you already see. Like you mentioned a gunsmith earlier, which I completely think, like, sure, that'll be there.
He's just out of frame here on the far right.
But you would probably find what I would assume to be a Cryptarch for either gear that you're getting there or something. Who is this? She's wearing a Queen's emblem. What's up?
So she's probably somebody who works for the Queen, obviously. She really likes the color purple. I thought purple kind of went out of style in the 40s, but whatever. She's rocking it.
Yeah,
she's
owning it.
She's
as best as she can. And to her left is a guard, which, if you remember the first trailer for House of Wolves, these are, or if you when you visited the Reef and saw the cutscene that happens there as well, these are the Queen's guards essentially that are not fallen, the ones that did not come from behind the throne.
Correct.
And there's a bunch of dead ones.
They talk about new characters. So here's another look at the fallen character and then the bot from earlier. And what I'm wondering, Jose, is this an Eris replacement? Because Eris in the tower is kind of hanging out, giving you missions and whatever. I kind of wonder if this character is going to give you missions or who he is. I think we're going to find out more tomorrow.
Yeah,
but I'm
just give him more to do than Tess Everest for crying out loud. That's that vendor that you rarely, if ever, talk to.
Well, you
just
did
sits there
once when you started. So
possibly new Cryptarch.
I don't think this is a new Cryptarch.
So what do you think this is?
I think this is a new speaker. but on the Reef. I mean, the character has the same garb. This might be Trials of Osiris. It has the circular spiky symbol.
Interesting. I don't know. The data pad
sure.
to me,
it's a lot of guessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we're doing
this
right
is
now.
Rewind theater is a totally speculation. Like folks know that. But the pad to me, and sort of just the sort of style of clothing made me think of the Cryptarch right away, which is why I jumped to that conclusion.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Or he's playing Hearthstone.
He could be. Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
No, but great point either way. I think either one of us may have this one.
Yeah, to me right away, just the way he's designed, he reminded me of the speaker right away.
Yeah,
but
what's with the candles?
You make a good point about him possibly being like a Cryptarch type.
Yeah,
character.
of some type. I mean, I would imagine that role still needs to be filled in the Reef, because how silly would that be to go all the way back to tower just to decrypt stuff that you pick up?
Yeah.
Granted, at high level endgame, you're less happy about those things.
It's going to be just going a different spot on the map, basically.
It is, but to go back to him for a second,
Okay.
I mean, is he part of a new faction as well, or any of the characters we've seen part of a new faction? Like, we don't really know that. How much grinding will be involved with that?
When I was taking my notes before we recorded this, I wrote down speaker-like character, but I just have a feeling he's tied to Trials of Osiris somehow with the yellow and that orb symbol, but we'll find out more soon.
That's a great guess too. I like it. All right,
here's
bounty board.
Just obviously the bounty board character. There is another bounty board bot. The question is, are these going to be totally different bounties? Are they going to be worth more? Right now we have a max of 105,000s. Maybe these will be worth more than.
Do you
than
see the
old
bounty
ones.
cap going up as well with this expansion to go past 10?
I don't think so, but I would love to use those story bounty missions that we haven't used since Queen's Reef. There's 10 slots. I have never used those for anything, and I would love to be able to fill those up with something. They're just there and taking up space on my menu.
Since Queen's Bounty, good
Let me
point.
put something else in my vault or carry more inventory. It's wasted, is my point.
So another bot, another potential vendor.
So this is Vanguard Quartermaster or Gunsmith. We're not really sure what he is, but I think he's going to deal with weapons. Weapons, materials such as relic iron, spin metal, stuff like that.
Sure.
This is the guy you're most likely going to go to. He looks very similar to the guys in the tower right now.
Is this armor set new? Can we
yeah,
tell?
the armor
based
set
on
looks
this
new,
shot?
but it's very dark, so I didn't want to go out on a limb. I recognize that gun that he's holding though. So I think that gun's old, but
the NTIC, I think, something like that.
Yeah, another NITC.
Yeah,
or
NITC.
something
I used to
like
love that gun. That was a really good one.
It is a good one. Move forward just a little bit further.
Moved on from pulse rifles.
This is the really interesting stuff. They show a bunch of weapons being upgraded, and it looks like, so here's the last one. It looks like you just kind of click the button and it upgrades it, or it does something. But the question here is, you see the light level is 30. You see 293 for defense and light level 30. 293 is what the Kabar's Forceful Greaves are defense-wise at level 30.
At level 30.
Max level 30. Now, if we slowly scrub forward, see,
so
something happens here, and all of a sudden you're 34. So he didn't have to upgrade his boots. We didn't see any reflection in the menu of him being upgraded to level 34. So I'm kind of wondering if this was just an edit on their part or what happened there. But his reticle doesn't move either, so I don't think it was an edit. And it just confuses me further about what just happened. Somehow he hit level 34. What did he do to his boots?
And the big hanging question, right, is that obviously there is an upgrade path for legendaries and for exotics. We know this much. Last time around it didn't go so smoothly. This time, at least what this seems to indicate, if you go back a second, is back to that shot or just through that area. Is that at least for the defensive armor, stop here, these are all maxed out. So is 34 the new cap, or is 34 just what you're capable of getting
Vault of Glass gear.
With only this Vault of Glass gear? There's not an exotic even equipped here. So it makes me even wonder, can you go past that or not?
Yeah, I don't know. I think 34 is the new cap. I mean, that is something to point out. I don't think it's going to be higher. I personally think 34 is going to be the new cap. They said they're not going to, discard all of our work. So dear God, if they make us not do a ton of work to upgrade everything again, that would be great.
That's what this seems to indicate, though. And I wonder, though, what it's going to be, because the last upgrade path obviously reset everything, and that was a big mistake. This instead seems to just be click and move on. And if it is that simple, I hope there's still enough to do because now you don't. It alleviates the concern of how do I grind through this gear. And
whatever
one
you
more
have
thing.
to do to get that click, though, I think it's going to be, that's going to be.
Well, and
what
that's
you're
the
working
question:
for.
is it a crux? Is it material based? Is there some specific thing you have to buy or trade with currency?
I think it's going to be you're rewarded with it for doing Trials of Osiris or something, so you get like one unlock a week or however long of a period of time it takes.
Okay.
So I wanted to comment on this shot quickly before we wrapped up here.
There's a lower section.
Yeah, there are other sections that we can go to that we did not see in this trailer, because in the wide shots we saw all the different characters. There's a shot coming towards the camera down the stairs. There's a shot in the distance that goes way off to I don't know where, but you're going to be able to explore areas. But all they showed us in this teaser was this main section, and behind the camera, like where the camera is, that's where like some of the other characters we saw earlier were.
So it begs the question: what are in those other sections? If there is, for example, an equivalent to a Xur hidden somewhere in there, like a vendor that shows up only certain days of the week, is this a stop for Xur? Does he have his own sort of thing going on there instead? We're
gonna find out more tomorrow about the Reef, and very soon when we visit Bungie and find out more about this ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, that's it, folks. There you have it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Anything that we may have missed that you think should be worth pointing out. And for more Destiny coverage, make sure you keep it right here. That's right, at IGN.